Hi all, here's another historic hotel review. I've been stuck in Manila for months trying to sort out my retirement visa and I needed a little getaway. So I decided to stay in the oldest, most famous hotel in the city of Manila, called, surprisingly enough, the Manila Hotel. The Manila Hotel was conceived in the early 1900s when William Taft, later the 27th President of the United States, served as Governor General of the Philippines. A New York architect, William Parsons, was hired to design the hotel in the California Mission style, and construction was completed and it opened its doors on July 4th, 1912, as Manila's first five-star hotel. From its inception, it served as the destination hotel in Manila, hosting presidents, royalty, celebrity actors and actresses, and authors, including Ernest Hemingway and James Michener, and visiting government officials from the United States and other countries. Its most famous guest, however, was General Douglas MacArthur, in residence from 1935, when he was appointed military advisor to the Philippines Army, and with the rank of Field Marshal. This was after his retirement as Chief of Staff of the United States Army. In order to accommodate MacArthur, a major renovation of the fifth floor of the hotel was carried out to construct a penthouse in which he and his wife and son lived until they were eventually chased out by the Japanese invasion in 1941. I love grand historic hotels like this, so I took the opportunity to stay for a few days. A very important note: while the Manila Hotel may not be to the standard of other more modern five-star hotels in Manila, it remains highly popular as a venue for weddings and other business and social events. It can get very busy on weekends, and access to the MacArthur Suite, which I really enjoyed, can be impossible. I'd strongly advise a Monday through Thursday visit, and this was the advice as well given to me by the staff at the hotel. The location is excellent for visits to the historic district of Intramuros, the inner walled city of Old Manila, and it's nearby the National Museums, so great for making some tours out to visit those sites. One note about the location: there's really nothing as far as restaurant options in walking distance around the hotel. You'll be at the mercy of sketchy local taxi drivers or the arrival of an elusive grab car if you want to try to get to a restaurant outside the hotel. More about the food there later. I really enjoyed visiting the National Art Museum. I walked around inside Intramuros a couple of days, and I took a guided visit through the museum attached to the 17th century Church of San Agustin. Quite impressive and worthwhile. A very enthusiastic young lady who was an intern studying tourism took me around through the museum and explained some history. Arriving at the hotel met all my hopes and expectations. The gracious entry is staffed by attendants in crisp, traditional vintage-style uniforms. After entering, you pass through security and a metal detector into the huge, beautiful, and dramatic lobby. There are plenty of comfortable couches and chairs and table setups in the grand lobby, and you can easily order food there from the lobby restaurant. There's also a coffee and pastry counter to the left on the way to the Champagne Room restaurant, and a formal and nicely decorated Chinese restaurant called Red Jade at the back right of the lobby. When I arrived, a piano was being played in the background. Check-in is on the right. Check-in was smooth, professional, and friendly. Of note, walk-in rates were about 10% cheaper than what I could find on the web. I extended my stay another night, availing of this offer. I'd say it's worth calling the hotel directly. Now, for my visit, I selected a Veranda suite in the old building of the hotel. Be aware that the bulk of the guest rooms are in the high-rise tower behind the hotel, a 1975 addition and expansion. So check carefully if you want to stay in the original building. I selected a Veranda suite as price-wise it falls between the standard rooms and the more expensive sunrise and sunset suites. I was happy with my selection as the suite was spacious, included a large semi-private outdoor seating area reached through French doors, and be aware there are only about a half dozen of these particular suites, all in a row, all sharing a common outdoor deck. and many of the internet sites that I searched for hotel reservations did not offer the Veranda suites. Again, another good reason to contact the hotel directly. My room was rather dated in style and decor, but I liked its nostalgic flavor and style, and it's very spacious. The TV was a bit small for the room size, and television channel choices are really mostly Filipino-oriented. Some international news, not a lot of choice though on the cable system. The bathroom was more modern and quite spacious. The toiletries and amenities provided were limited but adequate. There was a safe and a mini fridge, which was handy, but the mini fridge contained no drinks or snacks. A nice fruit basket was waiting for me on my first day, and the thermostat-controlled air conditioning was on, so I walked into a nice, cool room. One item that they had that I enjoyed to an irrational extreme was also included a robe. Yay! So overall, I was very pleased with my room. For a history buff such as myself, this place is a gold mine. I had an informative tour of the MacArthur Suite on the 5th floor, easily organized with a check-in or concierge staff. The concierge that guided me was friendly, patient, and knowledgeable. And after the suite tour, we went downstairs and we visited the small museum, they call it, more a history room, with many interesting artifacts to see and even vintage guest logbooks to page through. I'd allow about 30 to 40 minutes to see the suite and visit the history room. A very helpful fellow at the front desk even allowed me to borrow and page through a copy of a history book published long ago in honor of one of the hotel's many significant anniversaries. It was really good stuff. Now, the not so good stuff, the food. I did enjoy a couple of things I had there. The Indian butter chicken from room service and the dim sum at Red Jade. The breakfast buffet area is enormous and offers a huge variety. You almost need a map to find your way around. The quality level was typical business hotel buffet standard. Not great, not bad. The rest, such as the signature club sandwich, which I had from room service, the chicken Caesar salad at the lobby restaurant, and a savory pork pastry at the pastry counter were extremely disappointing, especially considering the venue and price point. I'd seriously considered dinner at the spectacularly decorated and over-the-top, top-line champagne room restaurant, but decided against it. I wasn't confident it would measure up to my hopes and expectations, so I didn't feel like spending the money, as I'd been very disappointed overall with the rest of the catering experience in the hotel. To me, this was the main weakness of the place and argues against a longer stay. You really can't access much in the way of quality dining anywhere around the hotel, either walking or by taxi. You are far from areas like Makati or the Fort BGC, where one finds a plethora of interesting and quality restaurant choices. And don't let the map distances fool you in Manila. It's only a few kilometers, but will easily take well over an hour by car to reach those districts, and it's nearly impossible at rush hour. I should also mention that there's a modest but nice pool area with swim-up bar and a serviceable fitness center, which I used. Overall, I loved my stay, just not the food. My suggestion, if you want a more modern hotel in this area, I can recommend the Diamond Hotel in Malate, or if traveling with kids, the novelty of an aquarium room at the hotel inside Manila Ocean Park. I've had good stays at both of these hotels in the past. I hope you've enjoyed joining me on my visit to the beautiful old Manila Hotel. I really love these old historic places. Please like, share, and subscribe if you found this video useful, and there'll be more coming.